On March 1, 2025, the boxing world turned its eyes to an electrifying showdown between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. The fight, which ended in a majority draw, ignited fierce debates among fans, analysts, and the fighters themselves. Social media erupted with claims of robbery, with many asserting that Roach had been cheated out of a victory. They said majority draw, they cheated Roach. Roach got robbed, one impassioned fan exclaimed. Everybody knows they cheated Roach. Roach beat Tank, they robbed him. Rematch right away. The sentiment echoed across platforms. Roach got robbed, and it was a 10-8 round while they robbed him. They robbed Roach of a knockdown. The controversy centered not just on the decision but on a pivotal moment in round 9 when Tank took a knee, a moment many believed should have been scored as a knockdown. Tank took a knee, got up, and went to the corner. They robbed Roach of that knockdown, another observer insisted. The fight itself was a roller coaster of tension and skill. Early reactions suggested a close contest, with some arguing Tank edged it out while others believed Roach's performance stole the show. It was a close fight, one analyst noted. I could have edged it for Tank, but Lamont had great rounds. He wobbled Tank a few times. The narrative shifted as the rounds progressed. Roach won the story. He didn't get the win, but he won the story. This perspective highlighted Roach's unexpected resilience and tactical brilliance against a fighter widely regarded as one of boxing's most devastating punchers. In the early rounds, it looked like Tank was setting up a knockout, which most people expected, a commentator remarked. But over the next several rounds, you saw Roach actually get stronger, moving up to 135 pounds. He took Tank's shots without ever being in serious trouble. Roach's ability to withstand Tank's power surprised many. Tank looked like the guy with the heavier hands, but Lamont had the better chin, one observer pointed out. It's all relative. If Tank hits real hard but the guy can take it, it doesn't really matter. This resilience shifted the dynamic, forcing Tank to adapt. Tank got a little desperate in the late rounds and began throwing much more than usual, another analyst noted. It created action, excitement, and tension in the audience. It was a memorable fight. The call for a rematch was immediate and widespread. I want to see a rematch as rapidly as it can be made. Lamont Roach beat Tank. I'm not even kidding. The 9th round became a focal point of contention. They robbed him of a knockdown, a fan insisted. Tank took a knee, and Steve Willis, the best ref in the business, didn't call it. Tank got up and went to the corner. Maybe Roach is just that good. Opinions varied on whether it should have been ruled a knockdown. Technically, he took a knee, so it should have been counted, one argued. But the ref said no because his mouthpiece was out or something. I think it was his eye. I saw it on camera. Another countered, the ref decides, but a judge can still score it as a 10-8 if they see it that way. It's subjective. Regardless, the moment fueled the narrative that Roach had been unfairly denied a defining victory. Post-fight reactions painted a picture of two fighters at their peak, each with a case to make. I'm the best fighter in boxing. I've been saying this, Roach declared. It was a close fight, but my confidence has always been up. I knew I was the best. He attributed Tank's performance to a rare off night. It was definitely an off night for Tank, but Lamont Roach showed up. Tank gave him a tremendous amount of respect, and we saw why. He's a great counterpuncher with a high boxing IQ. Roach himself reflected on his preparation. I told everybody how the fight was going to go, and it went exactly how I said. I think Tank got overconfident. He thought I wasn't that good. Tank's camp, however, saw it differently. Gervonta Davis is the champ, one supporter argued. It takes a lot to beat the champ, but Roach definitely came to fight. Another added, Tank looked like he was in control early, but Roach's combinations and power surprised us. He bullied the bully at times. The draw left both sides unsatisfied yet intrigued. Would you like to see a rematch, or jump into a fight with Shakur Stevenson? A reporter asked. Whatever they want to do, Roach replied. I thought it was a good fight. I don't know if it was a draw. I thought I won, but it was close. Analysts dissected the fight round by round. Roach was brilliant tonight, one said. He had a good game plan, but those early rounds haunt him. He wasn't aggressive enough early on when there wasn't much going on. He could have stolen those rounds. The official scorecard breakdown became a topic of curiosity. I want to see how they scored it, which rounds went which way. Some leaned toward Tank. I could edge it for Tank. He set the pace early and landed the heavier shots. Others praised Roach's late surge. Lamont wobbled Tank a few times and got stronger as the fight went on. He didn't just survive, he thrived. The fighters' history added layers to the drama. They had clashed in the amateurs, with conflicting accounts of those encounters. We fought twice when we were 16, Roach recalled. I beat him in the state tournament, then they cheated and took a point from me in the regionals. Tank's team countered. Tank got the better of him in the amateurs and in sparring. This rivalry, rooted in their silver gloves days, fueled the intensity. They've known each other forever, Calvin Ford, Tank's trainer, explained. They grew up together, had back-and-forth battles. It's a huge opportunity for both and the boxing community. Sean Porter, a former professional boxer, emphasized Roach's familiarity with Tank as a game-changer. Lamont knows Tank. That's dangerous for Tank, he said. It goes beyond the amateurs. They've been in camp together, sparred together. When you know a guy's rhythm, speed, and thought process, it changes everything. Porter warned of Tank's power. Once Tank lands a clean shot, it could be over instantly. But if Roach takes it and keeps going, we've got a fight on our hands. He saw the draw as fair. It could have gone either way. They both put it out there. Teddy Atlas, another respected voice, offered a technical breakdown. Tank's ability to see openings, time his punches perfectly, and control the fight made the difference, he said pre-fight. Roach has solid fundamentals and a high boxing IQ, but he lacks that extra level of skill or power to truly challenge Tank. Atlas advised Roach to rely on movement and counterpunching. He should stay away from the inside. He's got the attitude of a fighter, which I love, but trading with Tank isn't the best choice. Post-fight, Atlas acknowledged Roach's effort. He had some good moments, but Tank's the full package. Promoter Eddie Hearn weighed in with a pragmatic view. It was a decent fight, but Roach was too small for Tank, he said. If you know boxing, it's a good matchup, but it's gone down terribly because no one knows who Lamont Roach is. What were Tank's options, though? Gary Russell echoed this skepticism. If both are at 100%, Roach doesn't stand much of a chance. It'll be competitive early, but Tank's power and skill will take over in the later rounds. Yet, Russell left room for the unpredictable. Anything can happen. Tank could get injured, and Roach could show up. Roach's team brimmed with confidence before the fight. He's ready to shock the world, Big Tim, a supporter, declared. People are starting to realize who he is, not just as a fighter, but as a person. He's a hell of a fighter and a great champion. Coach Bullet, from Tank's side, dismissed Roach's threat. He doesn't bring anything to puzzle Tank or make him panic. Tank's too experienced, too high IQ. Bullet acknowledged a potential pitfall. If Tank doesn't get up for this fight properly, it could be close. But he could really hurt Roach bad if he's on. The fighters themselves reflected on the night. Lamont's a great fighter, Tank said, showing respect. He's got skills and heart. Roach's self-belief remained unshaken. I never back down. I ain't never wanted to come second to anything. Why would that change now? Their amateur history fueled the narrative, with Roach insisting, even though they cheated me back then, I know I won those fights. Tank's dominance in sparring was touted by his camp. He got the best of Roach every time. As the dust settled, the fight's legacy crystallized. This wasn't just a fight, it was a battle for dominance, one commentator concluded. Did Tank prove why he's one of the most feared fighters in the game, or did Roach shock the world with his relentless speed and power? One thing's for sure, it'll be talked about for a long time. Fans and analysts alike called for a rematch, eager to see if Roach could build on his momentum or if Tank would reassert his supremacy. Run it back, they demanded. Roach knows Tank now. Next time could be different. The majority draw left more questions than answers, but it undeniably elevated Lamont Roach Jr.'s status. He didn't get the win, but he won the story, became the refrain. For Gervonta Davis, it was a rare night where his power didn't end the fight, a testament to Roach's grit. Whether the ninth-round knee should have been a knockdown, whether the judges got it right, or whether a rematch will settle the score, the boxing world remains abuzz. March 1, 2025, delivered a classic, and the echoes of "They robbed Roach" will linger until the ring bell rings again.